Hey, what's good, YouTube? Aunt Kira B here, and welcome to another video. How you guys doing? You guys having a good day? It is Saturday for me. Um, I'm actually getting ready to go somewhere in a little bit, but I wanted to do a little video. Um, you know, before I did that. So, from the last video when I was talking about the nightlife, there was actually an idea that there's some that left out. Basically, an experience I already had that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save that and make a completely different video on that. So this video is about basically when I went, how like when I went to a strip club for the first time on my 18th birthday. And it honestly it was crazy because I didn't like, bro. I did not expect. I didn't know what to expect, and what did happen, I did not expect at all. So I'm gonna start from just the beginning. So basically, my dad. Did I say that's what I wanted to do? I think I did say I wanted to do that for my 18th birthday. Um, so and my dad, he offered to take me. I know you guys. Some of you guys probably like, what the fuck, your dad, right? Your dad fucking, your dad taking you to the strip club, and I'm like, yeah, my dad's, he's cool. Plus, my mom, like, they happily married. They trust each other. They like my mom don't give a fuck. She know my dad ain't gonna be doing. She know my dad ain't on that shit. But anyway, so he takes me to the strip club, right? I'm wearing one of my best fits, like my birthday fit, like a um Loki. I'm wearing like an Itachi, um, like Naruto like anime shirt with some like black ribbed jeans and some um matching shoes. Like it's like burgundy, cause the shirt was like burgundy, half like red, like kind of Akatsuki and stuff. Then my shoes, I had like some burgundy and black shoes, um, to match. The shit was fire, and then I wore my chain as well. Like, I was looking pretty fire, man. Had a fresh haircut and all that. So we go in, we go. Once we get up to the, now I'm not gonna tell y'all the name because for one I don't fucking remember, and then second, nah, why do y'all need to know that shit? Like, I'll just say it was somewhere in Carson. But we go up to the to security, and we give him our IDs and shit, and that boy, he looking at me, he like, bro, like he questioned me like, are you sure you're 18, bro? And I'm like, yeah, here's my ID. And he's like, and we was laughing because I look very young. Like, even like now I'm only 21, guys. But I turned 21 in like August and stuff. So, but yeah, and I actually get that a lot. Like, people like to would usually assume I'm literally like a teenager and shit. And I don't blame them, and I actually take that as a compliment. Actually, I like when you guys do that. Keep doing that, guys. But, um, so we get in, get the cash and all that. My dad, he's paying for all that. Um, so we get in. I'm nervous as fuck. I'm nervous as hell, guys. Like, we get in. I'm over here already. See, look, I'm over here. I'm over here already like sweating and like just my stomach's like tight and shit. And I'm just like my little virgin brain, bro. Cause I didn't have like in school. I've had like I think like two girlfriends in school, one in middle school and one in high school. That's pretty much it, and nothing else. So like I've never experienced the intimacy thing and all that up until that point. And to be honest, I still am. Like I'm not even scared to admit that I'm still a virgin, and I'm proud of it. To be honest, because I'm not gonna be out here just effing anything and anyone. Like hell no, I ain't move like that. but but anyways, so we get. So I'm looking around and I see the girls and shit. They looking at me. But I'm all smiles and stuff too. And some guys that are in there, they looking at me like, cause they could tell I'm new. Um it's not hard. Like they could easily tell I'm new there. They can tell I'm a newbie and shit. So they looking at me, um, smiling and all that. So we sit down and I'm like just looking around, just kind of all shy and shit, all timid. And me and my dad were just chilling, and one of these strippers come up to my dad because my dad, she found my dad very attractive, so she was, trying to spit her game with him and talk to him. But my dad, he knew what she was doing, but she was actually genuinely interested in him because she was not talking to anybody. Like she was just talking to him, just trying to get to know it, like genuinely and shit. But one thing my dad would do, he would always keep mentioning my mom and stuff. So like he would, so she knew his boundaries and shit. So she didn't try nothing. But other than that, so why that whole thing's happening, like I get approached eventually, um, by one of these girls. She was like she was like short, dark skinned girl. She was pretty cute and all that. Um, she offered me a dance. And I remember I was so nervous. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I think I was just like, okay, because this is about to be my first like sexual encounter and shit. Uh, so I say all right, and then I think they mentioned it was my birthday or something, and then that's when she was like, she was like, oh, then let's do the VIP and stuff, and she was trying to entice me and shit because see they was preying on me because they knew they could tell like they saw I was a youngin', man. They knew I was young and dumb, so they tried because that VIP is expensive. So she enticed me, and then I was like, okay, fine. And then my dad, but the only reason I say yes because I wasn't paying for it. My dad was paying for everything. My dad was like, okay, fuck it, like just once. But he didn't really want to do it. But he was like, he only did it because it was my birthday, and he didn't want to, disappoint me or nothing. So he spent the money, and then that's where it get crazy, right? So after that, she takes my hand. She takes my hand. I have butterflies and shit because I'm like, oh shit, I'm super nervous, man. But I'm all smiles though. I'm smiling and shit, and then she's guiding me to the back, and then she sits me down in the chair, close the curtain and all that. Um, she then she's talking dirty to me. She's like, she stands in front of me. She starts like moving on like sexual and all that, but then she like removes the top. She removed the top half of her like what she's wearing and stuff, and then like I'm like wait hold on, and then but I'm like okay, she removed the top though, but then she started bending over, right, and she started removing the blood. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Wait, hold on, guys. Hold on. What the fuck's going on? Like, what we doing? So, I'm like, my heart pounding now. Like, my heart was already pounding, but now it's pounding even more. So, bro, oh my, she freaking, like, climbs on my lap, bro. Like, poom, poom, the poom, poom on the crotch area, bro. Like, I'm like, but the thing is, I'm so nervous, right? I'm not up. I am not up at all. And what made it worse, because so she had me doing the little, like, she had her, her, her things, bro. She had those in my face, and told me to, to, basically do the little, mwah, mwah, like that shit. I don't, and I was doing all that, like swirling the tongue, all that shit, right? And then she turns around. So she turns around, and then she's like, now she's reaching into my, she's trying to reach into my pants, right? And she trying to grab for the thing. She's trying to grab for the member, right? And she's like, "Are you getting hard and shit?" I'm like, and my dumb ass, I lying. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting hard. And but she's literally in my fucking pants, just reaching, like feeling around, bro. And she grabs it. It's soft, like it's not hard at all. But I'm steady lying and shit, and she know it. So. But I'm just like, oh shit, what am I doing? But I'm even more embarrassed. But she keep going anyway. So then, now here's the part that I really didn't expect. She suddenly stands up. So mind you, she was on my lap, right? But then she like stands up. So like, she stands up over me. Because her feet, since she's on my lap, her feet's like in the chair. She stands up, so now she's over me. Like, she's still standing on the chair, but now she's over me. And guess when I look up, all I see is behind and poom poom. And then she starts to slowly lower herself onto me, saying she basically sat on me, my nigga. She sat on me, bro. Like, I did not expect that shit. Like, I'm like, oh shit. Like, so this is what it is like. But see, and then me being so nervous and not really knowing how to handle these types of shit, these types of situations. I didn't know whether to eat her or to just let the shit play out. Like, not just let her sit there but not do anything. So the most I did was I just took a little tiny, licky lick, you know what I'm saying, right? And then that was it, like, cause I didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't want to do anything crazy, cause I was young and dumb, but I wasn't that stupid, right, guys? So, like, cause I was like, I don't want to just go all in and just be, and then, like, I end up catching some shit, like, hell no, so I only did, like, one little lick. But the thing is, bro, she stayed on me for so long, like, she was literally smothering me. She was literally smothering me with the poom poom, man. She was smothering me with that shit. I could not breathe. I'm over here, like, trying to hold my breath. Like, just, like, I'm literally holding my breath. I'm, like, to the point where I cannot breathe, my nigga, but I'm not saying shit. Like, but I'm little like she was. If she would have stayed on me a little longer, she would have killed me because the moment I was literally about to like my face was turning red and shit, she finally got off. I was like, oh god damn, thank goodness. And I was like, and like after that shit, I think she did some more like she did some more shit to me, like some more like motions and all that. And then the dance was over. We got, we walked out. My dad was like, "Oh, how was it?" I only told him. I didn't tell him about. I didn't tell him that she like sat on me. I waited until we got home for that, or till we got in the car for that. But I just told him the other shit, and I was like, I did not expect that. And then, like, then I get approached by another. I got approached by another girl, but she didn't really seem like she wanted to give me a dance. She just wanted to talk. So I was like, okay, we'll talk. And I was like, and I was pretty ignorant because I felt like I was a little arrogant with that. Because I was like kind of just talking to her about me and I wasn't really asking any questions about her. I didn't notice that, and if she got that turned her off. So it got at one point where she was just sitting down, like literally, she was asking me about myself. I would talk to her about myself, and then when I was done talking, I would just be quiet and I would not ask her any questions about herself. So like she would just be sitting there, and like just like just like this. And then like eventually she just gets up and then leaves, and I'm over, and my dumb ass is over here confused, like why the fuck she got up? I didn't fucking know. Like I didn't have as much experience with girls like that, especially as an adult, as a newly a new adult. Um, so God damn, my nose, man, my nose is a little stuffy, guys. So bear with me. Um, but so after that, I did get approached by another girl too. She actually did want to give me a dance, but I could tell she wasn't really like she just wanted more money. But it wasn't another VIP. It was just a regular dance. But she was like asking me questions like about. She was asking me questions about myself, but it didn't really mean nothing because she was just. I did get her number though. I also got the other girl's number. Um, but that shit didn't mean anything. Like I thought my dumbass started meant something at the time because I was still I was still I didn't know. Um, cause like I'm sitting here thinking that I'm a freaking playboy and like okay I got me two girlfriends and shit. But no, that was not the case. I was just they saw me as an opportunity for money. You know what I'm saying? That money. So, but after that, after she gave me that dance, and then I was just sitting here. The previous girl that gave me the VIP and shit, she she was still practically practically didn't have anything on, right? Um, except like the boots and stuff, and just like shaking it in my face pretty much, like, and I was just throwing the money. But I was like awkward about it because I was like doing it in front of everybody, and I was just so I was still nervous as hell. Um, but yeah, so after that, we eventually left. Um, and then my dad, he was asking me like how when I was like, and then that's when I finally told him I'm like, yeah, she you remember back when we got when I got the VIP? Yeah, she there was something I left out. Like she actually at some point she sat on me, like she sat on my face. And he was like, "What? She sat on your face? What did you do?" And I was like, I didn't do nothing at first. I like, cause I don't really know what I was doing, but eventually I did a little, a little lick, and then he was like, oh hell no, like he started freaking out a little bit, but I was like, it was just like one though, it was just one, like I didn't do a lot, and stuff. But he was like, man, but he started feeling bad because he was like, oh shit, because it's my birthday. I'm like, if he took me here and I ended up catching fucking, like, I don't know, like herpes or some shit, because, you know, you never want to do that to a stripper. What the fuck was wrong? Like, nah, I'm not gonna say with me because I was ignorant. I didn't know, you know, and stuff, so. But, you know, like, but he just felt bad, but I'll tell you what, the moment I got home, immediately went to the bathroom, brushed the fuck out of my teeth, brushed my tongue, brushed the fuck out of my tongue, and then I fucking washed my face, scrubbed, all that shit. Put like exfoliate, like all that shit, like just did all that, and luckily that was that. Like nothing happened. You can see, I don't got, I don't got no like STDs, none. You'll see, I don't got no like type of shit on my face. Like I'm handsome as fuck, But yeah, so that's how that shit went. And then there was another time I went. So when I think I was probably like 19, 20. And this time, the second time I went to a strip club was when I was out in Texas visiting my cousins and all that. So this experience was a lot better, at least on my end, because since I had been through this before, I already knew what to expect a little bit. So when we went to the strip club in Texas, now this time it was my uncle and my dad that took me, and it was both times were at night. Well, I think when my dad took me to the first one for my 18th birthday, it was like, it was getting close. It was a little dark. Like it wasn't necessarily. It was like more evening, but when we came out, it was like getting. It was like almost dark. Like the sky was like, it was like purple and orange at that time. But when we went in Texas, it was we arrived that night, and so it was late. So we went in, and we was all three of us was just sitting down watching the girls. Some of them was bad, some of them was mid, and then some of them just didn't even look like they cared. Cause like they would dance, just do the same shit over and over, and they like, that shit ain't gonna work. You gotta do something new, right? Like that's what my uncle would be saying. I'm just sitting I'm quiet, like I'm not really throwing money. I'm just sitting there chilling, guys. So I'm just chilling, looking at him, and I think I get approached. I only got approached one time, just one time in that experience by this girl. I think she was. I don't know. She looked like she was mixed with something because she was like a blondie, but she had an accent to her. I can't recall what it was, but so maybe she was Colombian or something, but oh damn. But I did handle this situation a lot better, guys. So she took me to the back. And she was like, grinding and just all up on me and stuff, just talking to me, sweet talking and all that. And unlike the first experience, your boy was actually able to get up and shit. Like I was relaxed. I was much more relaxed. I even like was grabbing on, like touching on her, grabbing on her and stuff. And I actually got too relaxed, if you know what I mean. Like I got a little too relaxed and almost like, almost, just thing, like almost like let one off. You know what I'm saying? But I caught myself last night. I was like, nah, don't do that. Cause I don't wanna. Then I gotta sit in that shit. Like hell nah. Nah, I don't wanna do that. But but it was definitely better because I was able to get up. I was hard and all that stuff. So that was a W for me. But yeah, so that was good. I don't think I didn't get her number or anything. But after that, I just went back in there and just we was just watching girls for like another hour or so, and then we eventually left. And pretty much that was that. Like it was it was see now the only reason like I would say it was a good experience is because it wasn't a lot of people like both times when my dad took me and then when I went in Texas, it wasn't a lot of people. It was like very empty. Only like probably like four like three or four more other guys like in the strip clubs when we went. Like, both times. Um because if it wasn't, it would have been way more chaotic. My experience probably would have been a lot worse. So yeah, other than that though, I'm glad, it wasn't a lot of people there, so my experience was actually pretty good. But I will say I would not go to another strip club though. Like because now I'm like, what's the point in going to a strip club? Like my nigga, like I just want to go for the experience and just to and I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about potentially getting a freaking stripper, bro, like a stripper girlfriend or something, but that was just the monkey brain thinking and shit. But other than that, like hell no, like I'm good off that. But anyways, oh shit, like yeah, it's getting close. I gotta get going, guys. But that's gonna do it for the video for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully, you guys laughed at some parts. If not, dislike. But make sure you sting the like button and yeah. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until next time, guys.